Okay, so I'm recording the meeting as well. So thank you guys for joining the call. And this is the first meeting. And so the agenda is very clear to learn and help each other and to grow as a technical team and to grow the network. And we can see how better we can help each other. So this will be, we are trying to conduct a regular meeting. And in that, we'll call people from diverse background. We have not called everyone today. Like many of the networks that we have not called just to make sure that people joining today will get some time to participate as well instead of just only being a listener. So, having said that, let me start with the agenda of today, and I'll share the screen. I hope you guys can see the screen.
Yep.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So Software Circle, why we named it? Because we have a YouTube channel with the same name. That's why we named it Software Circle. Otherwise, there's no other intention of this. Okay.
So yeah, before going to that detail, just want to make clear that this is not a particular technology about .NET or Azure or any particular company. So we all are in different background, different MNC, different technology. Like I am working with Microsoft on that all the .NET and Azure related technology. Mr. Jitu is working on Java background from long, and other people in PHP world or Python world. So we all come together because we have seen that people is creating YouTube or video or blog or whatever on particular technology. We want to learn from each other on different technology also. So that is why we started this one. So let's share each other that what we are doing in this last week or what we are learning on that one. So maybe that will be helpful when we go and design the system, right? So when we go design the system, we should not be limited on saying that, okay, this is the tool which I know I will build using this tool and this is the best. Maybe that perspective can change when we know other technology like my company providing the Azure cloud computing, but also still we learn the AWS feature and we compare that to what is that good thing they are providing or GCP they are providing, so that at least when we design the system, we also know that, okay, what is the limitation we are going to stick on that. That is why this channel is, or this is the community help one, that one. So that is what we are trying to do from sharing our experience and learning and getting from you guys also to we can also enhance ourselves on that. Yeah, please.
Yep. Thanks, Balaram, for pitching on that. So in today's agenda, we have set up a call like this will be just limited call because we are doing it in conducting this in weekends and considering that everyone has valuable time for family and other stuff. So we'll keep it short. So today we'll talk 10 minutes on DevOps, 5 minutes on latest tools and technology on mobile development, and then again 5 minutes on data analytics. We will be having detailed session on each of these things in future sessions. Today we'll not be touching everything in detail, just because like many people may not be interested in data science or other in mobile development or other in DevOps or other in Java or .NET or any other technology. So today's session is very generic, and in future sessions we'll be conducting detailed training kind of or detailed learning kind of sessions on a particular topic. So today will be more abstract in nature, not in detail. Just to give you a brief on that. So to start with, we have Naresh with us. Naresh is let me share the background of him. You guys can see the screen. So Naresh, this is the LinkedIn profile of Naresh. He is having huge experience and he's a professionally trained trainer as well. So he is right now working in architect role in Cognizant. Unless correct me if I'm wrong at anywhere. And he's also Connect to Tech is the place where you can connect with Naresh on anything. And this is the channel that Naresh is having for YouTube. He has made lots of videos on automation. He's also giving training on Java automation and DevOps tools and technologies. So over to you, Naresh. Can you help us to understand more on DevOps today? What is the tools, technology, and trends that is happening in the industry?
And going to before, so sorry Naresh, jumping on that one, I just want to make sure that okay, whatever we are trying to that do that one, either learning from YouTube channel or either learning from us, you can connect with us and that will be free. We are not going to charge anything, and we do not encourage of charging on that. So we support that free and quality learning for all of us, so that we can go ahead that one. So that is what I wanted to make sure that everybody understand on that one.
Yeah, Softwiz Circle is a free learning center that we all give intro in all the videos. Uh, yes, Naresh sir, if you can help us to with your experience.
Yes, hello, all of you. Can you hear me? Jitu,
Yes, light. Yes, clear. You're audible.
Thank you. Okay, thank you for introducing me, Jitendra, and thank you all of you for joining here. Jitendra is my colleague from one of my old company, and that's how we know each other. And we have spent a lot of time together professionally as well as we know each other personally. So once again, thank you. I'll come to DevOps. Before I come to DevOps, I'll just give you a little bit of more background regarding my work, which I have been recently doing. So basically, I have worked in different capacities in different roles that I have played in last couple of years with respect to architecting and providing solutions. It has been in automation, it has been in DevOps. Recently, I have been doing extensive amount of work in cloud as well. I have good exposure to JBoss administration. And of course, I'm maintaining my channel. A few days, or maybe I should not say few days, a couple of weeks or months from now, I plan to launch a course on Udemy. So these are some things I do. And I will, since I have to talk on DevOps, let me bring my focus back to DevOps. So basically, DevOps, as you see, is a combination of two words put together, development. It is dev plus ops, development and operations, wherein you try to bring the development team and operation teams to work in collaboration and in sync with each other. Now to explain a little bit more on this, DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is a culture, a practice that you follow in a particular organization. Meaning that suppose, if you are from a software background, you all will know of the entire pipeline of the software development. But if not, if anybody is a fresher here, let me just briefly tell you that the stages that are involved in. Hello? Anybody wants to say something?
Continue. No, please continue. And guys, please put your question in chat. Thank you.
Okay. So coming back, basically what I was trying to say is I will just quickly take a few seconds to explain the entire development of a software process, which starts with you have a proposal coming in wherein there is a client involved, then there is analysis of the proposal done. After analysis, you have some design stage involved, then coding is involved, then testing is involved. Then you deploy that particular code, whichever you have done in the actual environment, and then you monitor that. So as you will see that this particular diagram shown here nicely explains the entire flow. Now the problem earlier on was with the original approach which was taken prior to DevOps, was that we used to follow a SDLC model, or SDLC meaning it was a waterfall model wherein there were different stages of analysis, design, coding, and testing spanning over few weeks or months or maybe years as well, and it depended upon the complexity of the project. Now what has happened is, considering the recent market trend where we have so much competition going on. Everybody wants to go to market as soon as possible. Plus, instead of having to stretch this entire development lifecycle, what we do is we try to break down the entire development process into smaller deliverable outcome, so that we can go back to the customer and verify the work that we are trying to do. Meaning that suppose you are building one huge product, out of that huge product, you might want to build a small feature, and with that feature, you can go to the client and showcase them the feature that has been built. Now, then the question comes is that how come DevOps comes into picture here? Let me explain this with a concept of DevOps. Now, for DevOps to work successfully, we have to make sure that we follow an agile methodology. What happens in agile is that the concept of analysis, design, coding, and testing, it is, instead of spanning it across a period of few months or a year, we span it across 2 to 3 weeks. And in that 2 to 3 weeks, we have analysis of a particular feature done, then design is done, coding is done, testing is done. So this is where development part of the DevOps comes, that is the dev. Now, what happens? Generally, we have been in a situations where some things work in development environment and they don't tend to work properly in operation environment, right? So DevOps enables or facilitates a culture wherein development team and operations team, they work together in collaboration by making use of various tools that are now available as a part of DevOps, so that all of this can be seamlessly developed, designed, and deployed in an environment and subsequently monitored. So to summarize it, basically what we are trying to do is DevOps is a culture or a way of practice that is followed in a organization, in a team, wherein you break down the bigger chunk of work into smaller chunks and make it deliverable in a short span of time, so that you can go to the customer and get the feedback as early as possible. So for now then you will talk, you might ask me that what are the tools that are required as a part of DevOps. There are a lot of tools available. To mention a few of them, we have Jenkins is there, Maven is there, we have Docker is there, we have Kubernetes is there, we have Ansible, and there are a lot of other tools available. So basically, as a now this is a general, very high level view of DevOps. I'll just take another 2 minutes and then I will pass on it to somebody else. So you might be wondering that what is the scope of DevOps? Practically, everybody in the market is now embracing this particular DevOps culture, and the reason is that it helps you build good software. It helps you get quicker feedback from your client. Plus, it gives you tools and abilities to deploy the code, test it very often, as much as possible. Plus, also monitor the application that is deployed in your actual environment. So all these capabilities makes this DevOps as a culture or philosophy, what you say, a must-have philosophy in the companies that you are working on, or any company would want to have a DevOps culture used in their particular organization. So that's all what I had to talk of DevOps. If you have any questions,
just one question I would like that comes from the audience. Like, if someone wants to grow as a DevOps professional, how he should start?
Okay. See, to learn, see, DevOps, as I was saying, it's a particular what you say, a culture which you develop in an organization. Now, in order to be a DevOps engineer, as I will call it, there are a couple of technologies that would help you. Some of them are you have to know some. See, no matter which field you choose in, I always encourage people to at least learn one programming language. And why that is required is because if you know one programming, it is easy for you to learn any other programming languages. So, for example, in DevOps, there will be scripting used. There are a lot of things involved in DevOps. So you will have to have some basic idea of Linux, some basic idea of programming, Then you should also have some, in fact, not some good knowledge of tools like Jenkins is there. Then tools like Ansible are there. There are other tools as well now. Terraform is also there, but Ansible is pretty easy to learn. You could learn that. Dockers is a really very nice and a promising technology. You should definitely know that. Plus, apart from that, DevOps with cloud is also it's a must-have skill set nowadays. So at least out of multiple clouds that are offered, having knowledge of any one of the cloud definitely would help. It could be Azure or it could be AWS or whichever. But these are a couple of technologies. Plus, don't try to do a lot in beginning, because if you have some basic concept of some basic tools in your skill set, eventually once you jump into that market of, or rather role of DevOps, you will have a lot to learn. So these are some of the basic things I can think of if you want to get started. Another thing is, one important thing is Git is also there. Any version control tool you should have in your skill set. So these are few of the things you should know of as a DevOps engineer.
Thank you, Narisa. Thanks for nailing it down. And you've given really good insight on it. And guys, this is not a detailed session on DevOps. So we'll have a separate dedicated session on DevOps where we'll learn more on DevOps. Just to add to the topic, for those who already know what is DevOps, so in the latest tools and technology, like you will heard word like DevSecOps, then AI and machine learning. It's not only coming in data science; it's also coming in DevOps. People call these data ops and AI ops as well. Infrastructure as code, which was already trending, is still trending. Automation, which was trending for last 2-3 years, is still trending. And container orchestration, this is something that is very trendy, and this is must learn if you are preparing for any interview right now. And serverless architecture and multi and hybrid cloud infrastructure solutions, that is something that you should know. I know this is very short time to, these are the buzzwords for those who don't know,
yeah.
but we'll take detailed session for each in future.